Hi, Kathy here from KathysKuteKreations with month 5 of the cotton cuts. And I'm doing the Kathy and the Nadia. This is what mine looks like right there. And this month I found a quilt heart, which you can make this little thing here and drop it off somewhere so that somebody can find it. It says, I need a home. And then you could do, when you get it done, you can put hashtag IFAQH on the Cotton Cuts Facebook. And then our block of the month for November is this here. Well, it says it's the November block of the month. I don't know if that's what 5 was. I'm behind. I'm waiting on my block. I got my month 6, but I did not get the Kathy 6, and I like to do that so that I can show you both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the month 5 right now, and then I'll put this up this coming week. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, here's what it looks like when it's laid out. A is the top left. Then we have the B fabric for the 3 across the top. We have D, E, F, and this is our H fabric. And in mine, it's my H, which is also my binding, this fabric right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get started, and we're going to make our little squares, A and E. We're going to make 4 of those, and then we're going to make E, F, E, and we'll make 2 of those. So this is going to be a 9 patch is what it's called. So let's go ahead and set it up here, and I'm going to do everything chain stitching. Alright, so we're going to make 4 A and E. Alrighty, so we're going to make 4 of these. Just take them and chain stitch them. And if you're using directional fabric, if yours is directional like mine is right here, I'm going to try to make it so that the face of my moose is upward. And now, since I only have to make 2 of this other, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to match these up. And they don't really have a direction, but since I'm chain stitching, now before I iron these apart, I'll just go ahead and I'll cut and separate them. Now I'm just going to chain stitch all of these before I put them together. And now when we get ready to iron these, we want to make sure that we're ironing them in opposite directions for each row so that when you put them together, we can nestle them. Okay, so now I have nestled these together. Let's open these up and we'll add the other ones to them. Alrighty, so now I went ahead and I pinned this everywhere that it needed to be nestled. There we go. Now we're just going to go ahead and iron them open. Okay, so now you should have 2 that look like that. This is your 9 patch. Now this is D as in David, B as in boy, and H as in house. And this is the way it wants you to lay them out. And we're going to sew all of these. And we're going to also chain stitch them. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain stitch these. Still going to have some protesting going on by the little people. And I'm just doing the top 2 to begin with. Then I'll add that 3rd one at the bottom. And we're going to end up with 4 of these, so we're going to put 2 on each side of the ones that we just finished. Now I pressed the other ones in, and I believe we pressed these out. I'll have to reread the directions, but I think so, because I go opposites in order to nestle. Alrighty, here we go. Last one. And we're going to put them together. You guys go ahead, chain stitch yours up, and then we'll meet back here when we get ready to put them together, okay? And we're going to put them together like this. So you're going to want to nestle them. So I have these going in, and these going in, they need to go out. So they're going to have to be re-ironed to go outward in order to nestle up against here. Alrighty, so this is what you're looking at. You're going to have one going one direction, and this is going the other direction. You have one going like that, and one going like this. So this one goes to the right, and this one goes to the left. And then we'll nestle these 2 right here. Put the seams back up a little bit, so there you go, just like that. I only pinned it here where it nestles. I did not pin it anyplace else, so I'm just taking my time, making sure it stays matched. Trying not to hit any pins.
I gotta go downstairs. I gotta do
Okay. There we go. Now that I cut that. And then normally I'll just take this one and grab it on the end here. There we go. And then take it out when I get closer. We'll put the next one up there. There we go. Now keep in mind that the block that we just made is not as big as the block that we're attaching it to. The one that has the 3 rectangles on it is not as, it's not the same size as the 9 patch. Just in case you get them done and then you panic and think that you've done it wrong. You have not. Now take it out and we'll do the other side. All right, let's go ahead and finish these up. And then all we gotta do is our triangles, which would become strips. Okay, let's see if I can get that. I always worry about those triangles because you gotta worry about your fabric distorting and not being straight. So you can always use a stabilizer, which is a piece of paper, to make sure it doesn't pull your fabric if you're worried about that. Just a little hint there, because you can pull that paper off when you're done. It just keeps it stable so that it doesn't shift and pull on you, because it's on the bias, those little triangles are. You'll see what I'm talking about. When I get ready to do it, I'll show you. Let me go ahead and iron these and I'll show you these. Okay, so now you'll have 2 that look like that, and we're going to put these triangles together and then we'll be finished. Okay, so what we've done is I've laid out 6 of my B's and 6 of my H's, and we're going to actually chain stitch them. So this is what it's going to look like. Just like this. Like that. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to end up with 6 of them before we can put them together. So you want to set aside your 4 little ones and 2 of your H's. All right, until we're done. Here's what I'm talking about. When you put these 2 together, you're going to lay them like this. But this is the bias, and they both stretch. And that's what you don't want to do, because that will actually distort this, and then it won't be straight when you get done with it. And your complete row, because you're going to have, when you're done, 4 H's and 5 B's. You're going to have the 2 little B's, 3 big B's, and then the H's. And it'll be, instead of being straight, it'll be distorted on you. So be real, real careful when you do this. And this is what I was talking about. If you wanted to put a piece of paper, you can put tissue paper, typing paper, whatever, across this. Then as you sew it, this won't give it all. Okay, so it's just up to you what you want to do. And then if it doesn't work by you going at the very tail end and it grabs your fabric, then don't start at the very beginning. Just go ahead and come in a little bit and then go back to it. Sometimes that does that. It grabs your fabric and holds on to it and won't let go of it. So if that's the case, I don't know if you have this foot here, if you've got just the circle, but I don't. I have it so that you can zigzag it. So that's why it has a tendency to do that. Okay, and then all I do is just build them by constantly just putting them all together the same way each single time. I'm going to do this next one, and then you guys can continue doing yours. They're all going to go the same way. We're making 6 of them. And then just continue yours, and when you're done, we'll come back and I'll show you what to do next. Now we've got them, and we're going to lay them out in groups of 3. So we'll do the top row and then the bottom row. Now just take your time. Putting one set together. Then I'm going to get done. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it. I'll open it, and then I'll put the next set together. This way I can keep track of it. I'm just holding on to mine to make sure that it doesn't pull. There we go. Now that's one made. And just go ahead and make your next one. Okay, so that's what you have. And then you're going to want to add these 2 that we have left over. And then when we're done adding them, we're going to add these little ones right here at the edge. That one, this one, and on the other end also. Over here on this end and this end. So let's do that next. Okay. Okay, now you're going to put your ends on, and it's all 4 of them get an end, okay? Every one of them is going to have a whatever color yours is at the end. Let's see if I can just do this without cutting this. Let me see here. And you really can't make a mistake because it's only going to fit one way, okay? Let's do this one here, and I'll just smooth that down with my hands. And hopefully it will not bury itself, because this one doesn't look like it wants to cooperate, and I haven't even started yet on it, and I already have a feeling. Let's see. Told you. And I don't know why. I had a feeling, but we're just going to go up a little bit on it then. And I will come back and catch that when I'm done. So let's do it that way. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's see if we can do the next one without it having issues. Usually when it's got the folded edge on it, it's a little thicker fabric and it doesn't normally have that issue. It's only when it's just the thin 2 pieces of fabric, that's when it has issues. I'm not quite sure why, but all right, let's try this out. Yeah. All right. There we go. Now we'll fix that other end. Okay, so, and this is the end we have to fix. So let's set that aside. So all I'll do is flip it upside down, and I'll come up to the end over here, about right there. I've stopped way up here, but I started way back there just to catch all that thread so I don't have to do any kind of locking in. There we go. That's it. We're done. Now we'll take a look at them after we iron them. When you do these, when you iron them, instead of pushing your iron on it like that, which will stretch it, just kind of just put it in the middle and press. And then move your iron over and press. And then open this up and then just press. And then it won't have such a tendency to want to distort. All right? So that's it. We got them all done. We have 2 of these squares, 2 of these, and 2 of these. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video for Clue 5 of the cotton cuts. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Click on the little bell. It'll give you notifications when I put up other videos. And let me go ahead and lay out the Kathy that I'm doing for my daughter-in-law so you can see it also. And here's what hers looks like. It really is a contrast between these 2 colors, the light and the dark. But I like them both. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next month for... Actually, it won't even be next month. I'm going to... hopefully I can get... the other one should be coming here in a few days. And then I'll get that video for month 6 up. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.